Hey guys, BradM73 here, and welcome back to Build the Millennium Falcon. This is probably going to be just a short episode, and it's going to be about how I can get this piece out of here without causing too much damage. It's this window right here, and actually oh no, I zoomed in too much there. All right, so as I pull out, I oh, no, never mind. I'm hitting my camera now. Sorry about that, guys. As I discussed, I think in a previous episode, this piece right here, the window for the gunning turret, is not in the right position, and we need to turn it, I don't know, 10, 15 degrees. Now, oddly enough, I was looking at, I was watching A New Hope, episode 4, the special edition, and I noticed something strange that when, if you have it on DVD or Blu-ray, I think it's out on Blu-ray now, when the Millennium Falcon is still in Mos Eisley and the stormtroopers come running and they're battling it out with Han Solo, and Han Solo jumps into the Millennium Falcon and he's like, "Get us out of here, Chewie!" And Chewie's like, okay, that was a horrible Chewie. But anyway, the Millennium Falcon lifts up out of the docking ring thing that it's in. It like lifts out and it kind of goes, and then it cuts to the view of it flying away. But I looked at that, and I'll try to put a picture, a screen grab in. But it actually looks like this is correct for that particular scene, because it definitely appeared to me that the little, I don't know if you want to call them pylons or bars or structures here. I'll put it in the. I'll try to definitely put it in this video, and you'll see it. It definitely looks like it's correct to this piece. So, but I keep going back and forth, and people keep saying nope, it's the other way. And I've looked at the photos of the filming miniature, and as well as it's been pointed out by. I can't even think of the guy's name. But anyway, I think the guy that actually did this model, or maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, he was saying that this piece is incorrect. So we're going to try to fix that. So I have a hammer. You can see it's well used. And I have a flathead screwdriver. And you can get a little stubby one. I thought a little stubby one like this would actually work a little bit better. And then I have a paper towel here because I want to kind of protect my table here. And I'm going to be buying like one of the, I can't even think, it's like the plastic mats, for modeling and cutting and things like that. But I haven't done that yet. And so, So anyway, I've already kind of scored the inside of the ring here, and actually, let's see if I can kind of zoom in here. You can probably see, and of course, you know what? I think I put my. Oh, I still have this one. Okay, good. Sorry about that. Can I get a focus? Can we get? Okay. So basically, I've kind of gone along the inside of this. They actually said in one of the tutorials to actually use the back edge of a dull razor blade. So actually I have a dull razor blade here, and they're like, yep, just enough to kind of scratch some of this plastic away here. And I'm like, okay. So I'm basically doing that, trying not to chop my fingers off, because trust me, over the years building models, I've stabbed myself to the bone more than I can. It's giving me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. I've definitely stabbed myself quite a few times. Oh, okay. So let's get another focus here, and I'll set those aside. Okay, and see if I can get in a little tighter. I think that's as tight as it goes. And I am going to basically take this flathead screwdriver, and I am going to align it with, where the truss segments come together. And I'm just going to gently kind of tap this. Okay, it is coming loose. Trying not to hit it too terribly hard, but with enough force that it's going to pop that loose. Kind of I hear a pop as it goes around. He said you just want to kind of tap this enough so that you'll hear kind of a pop. Okay, there you can see it. See it coming loose there. Okay, so just move on around here. And I'm not using, I'm not really whacking this thing. Come on, let's, can I pull out? Oh, there we go. There I go. Yeah, I'm not really hitting this too hard. Okay, there we go. And I'm wanting to do it on a relatively flat surface and just being very careful because I don't want it to actually move too far to the point where it might break the ring. Because last thing I want to do is to call up Model Space and be like, guys, I broke my model. Can I buy another one? I've heard they're really good about it, but we're sending out replacement parts. And also, I've already heard that they're gonna. Apparently, they got the nose cone for the Millennium Falcon wrong. It's in all the kits now, but I think they're going to actually have it remolded correctly. Now, and what I mean by the nose cone, it's the cockpit nose cone. And so they're going to have that corrected, and I think they said that they were going to try to send that out around issue number 40. So, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I just kind of want to see... Okay, so, let's zoom back in here. So again, there we go. So you can see that the notch right here that it aligns up with, that is loose now. So I don't really have too much more to go. Let's see if I can... Okay, I'm going to just use this little screwdriver here to kind of prop this side up, because I just have to get a little bit there. It's basically just this last piece, right? This last little corner, and that's really all that's kind of holding me in, or holding me back, I guess. Hold me back. And hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Some of the audio from the last few episodes, or the first 2 episodes, was kind of not that great. So I had to kind of boost it up in my video editor. So hopefully you guys can hear me all right. And let me just... Oh, yeah, I felt it. Did you feel it? I felt it. All right, so we have the ring here, and let's see if I can get a good focus on it. So we've got, you can tell there's a little bit of glue in there, but it's really not too bad. Wish I could get the focus to lock. There we go. If you can kind of see, looks like there's a little bit more material back in here. However, this is what we were wanting to get out of there. So we've got that out, and the next step we kind of need to do is to cut this piece off right here, this little notch, because that is actually what keys the window here. So it will actually fall. Let's see, where is the little notch at? What is it? Oh, it's over on this side. So it'll actually, that's what, hello. Oh, there it is. There it is. So that's what actually notches that in. Oh, hopefully you can see it. That's what notches that in there. And we actually need, come on, there we go. We actually need this to fit like this, basically like that. I don't have any glue yet. I need to go and get some glue, so not really major at this point. I am going to be making a trip down to my local hobby shop here probably within the next week or so to pick those things up. So, but let's see. Let's go ahead. see if can I zoom out again? Come on, zoom out. There we go. And I guess I can just kind of cut this piece off. I need to buy some decent X-Acto knives. I used to have an X-Acto knife kit, and I think it has been lost to the sands of time. Am I blocking the camera view again? Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, I will get out my snippers here, and I will just snip that piece right off. There it is, right in there. Not anymore. And then from that, I can just kind of shave this down. Or I don't know, maybe I can't shave it down. What did I do? I'll be right back. Okay, so I have like a super duper ghetto pair of X-Acto knives. I actually bought these to do a paper craft project, but they're horrible. They're really, really bad. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why. Here's a better shot of it. One of the reasons why they're so flippin' bad is right up in here. This piece that holds the blade in is freaking plastic. Come on. I mean, can you see that? It's such a piece of crap. I'm sorry. Don't ever buy these. Spend the extra, I don't know, it's $15 or $10 or how much ever they are, and buy a decent set of X-Acto brand X-Acto knives. That you'll be so glad you did. But this will do for right now. Just going to kind of go around and get some of this excess material off of here. Let's see, can I get that? Yeah, and see this stupid thing gets loose, and I'm always afraid I'm gonna like chop my finger off. I guess I could use, you know what? I'm gonna throw this one away because it's such a piece of garbage, and I'm gonna use this old. I think this is an X-Acto. It says made in the USA. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Get rid of the old blade there, and yeah, I'll just use this blade. The blades are all right. I mean, they're not great, but they're okay, I guess. Okay, so I just want to get that little notch out of there, and I don't really think that it's gonna be too much of a problem to get that out of the way, to set this in here correctly. So this is the way it was to start off. Let's see here. I'll hold it up like so. So that's the way it, that's the way it was when it started, okay? And we just need it to go beep, like that. So hopefully you guys can see it. And I'm going to have this, aligned perfectly before I glue anything. So I'm going to go over it, very, very finely. And actually it does look like, if you look down in there, it looks like there's some pretty big gaps. So I'm going to go around, kind of clean it up with the X-Acto knife, and so it'll fit in there nice and smoothly, so that we don't have any gaps like that. So, but I just wanted to show you guys how I was going to do this, and if you're wanting to make your kit as accurate to the filming miniature as possible, then you will also need to do this. I'm not sure that they're actually going to remold this part, because it literally, everybody's got it by now, or at least most people do. And so, yeah. So coming up in the next episode, which is episode 3, I think, which I've already filmed it. Let me see here. Yeah, I think I kind of skipped ahead a little bit. So you guys will actually see this video before you'll see episode 3, which I'll have out next week. But in issue 3, we've got the stickers for the bulkhead door right here. See that right in there. This is a sticker, and then there's the door. It actually has some depth to it, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can, you can kind of see there. It's actually kind of a box. It fits down, and then the door itself is recessed, maybe, I don't know, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch. And then we also have the pilot seats, the passenger seats, and then sticking those on. I haven't glued anything yet, so yeah, I was like, yeah, let's not glue anything. And then I did go ahead, and fit the flight yokes, but not the little throttles, because they're teeny tiny. I need to do some more work in here before I finish that up. So that's what you guys will have to look forward to in the next episode. And then episode 4 is probably going to be a pretty short one. You can see here, we just have a couple pieces of framework to assemble, and some little screws. They've also put in the self-tapping screws for, reposition that there. There's little self-tapping screws for actually mounting the hull plate. Sorry, my mic dropped there. I'm trying to see if I have it handy. Yeah, here we go. I have everything in a box that I have set aside here. So we'll have, I think, 2 additional, you can see what I've got done here. We'll have the 2 additional pieces of hull plating. I think one goes here, and then the other one, just connects over here. And then there will actually be self-tapping screws for to hold this piece together. So I'm not sure if I'm going to screw all of them down. I think I might only screw 1 or 2 down because maybe down the line I want to repaint this. So far, though, I mean, just looking at the weathering, they've done a really good job on the weathering. So it's got the beat up look that if you look up at this really closely, it's kind of beat up. It looks pretty good. And I'm basically going to be going over, the movie to really see how I think the Millennium Falcon looks in the movie and try to kind of dust things up. And there's so much variation to it, because when you look at the like the full-size props that they built for Empire Strikes Back, or even the difference between the full-size props they built for A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, when you actually compare screenshots, you can actually see there's pretty significant difference between the two. So that's kind of interesting. And then I was even looking at screenshots of the Millennium Falcon that's part of the new Episode 7. What is it? The Force Awakens, the new one that's going to be coming out at the end of the year this year. It looks even more different. It looks different than this one. So, of course, it's 20 or 30 years later in the film world anyway. So yeah, really interesting. But I don't know. We've got one more episode, and then I'm kind of scratching at the bit, or chomping at the bit. Is it scratching or chomping? Chomping at the bit. I think it's like a horse reference. I don't know. I am doing something to the bit to get caught up. I think over in the UK right now they're on like episode or issue 23 or 22, 23, 24, something like that. I think I saw a video for issue 23 the other day. And that's getting up to pretty much a quarter of the Falcon complete, and I just wish that I could have all those pieces right now, and really get to the assembly. Now, I think in the next episode, or in episode 5, 6, 7, and let's see, 5, 6, 7, and 8, yeah. I think we're actually going to be doing some of the internal things with the the cargo area where the Dejeric table is, where Han and Chewie, or not Han and Chewie, but Luke and Chewie are playing the Dejeric, which is kind of like a round table chess thing. They're playing that together, and so I think when that kit comes in, I'm gonna definitely make a run down to the hobby store. It's kind of a drive. It's like a half-hour drive, and the parking's always a gigantic pain in the butt. And so I guess I can kind of work on this a little bit as I'm talking. What did I do with? There we go. But I'm trying to get a list of paints that I need, glues that I'm going to need. I probably want to get a new airbrush. So, and some sanding. Actually, I can probably get some fingernail files and things like that. Actually, I probably shouldn't use this to do this job because I can tell it's not really. Whoops! It's not really cutting it the way I want it to cut. So I've got to be really, really gentle and super careful. So yeah, and plus paints, primers. I don't know exactly how much paint and primer I want to use. For the interior lighting and things like that, I know that these pieces. Hello, let's see if you can. Do I have my flashlight handy? I said flashlight, you guys. God, you guys are a bunch of. I don't. Woo! I just dropped my mic again. Where is my? I don't know where it went. Okay. Well, anyway, the pieces are somewhat a little bit translucent, and I don't know. I've got a pretty bright studio light here, but now I can see it like when I tilt it a certain way, but I can't really move the camera because it's on the tripod. I don't know, like, because I kind of want to put some lights inside of it as well. So I might end up coating the inside of this with a base coat of primer to give it, to make sure that when you do turn the lights on, it doesn't light up from the outside, essentially. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, and then I was also looking at like the colors here on the. Now this is the quad laser turret. That's what this piece is called. The colors are very dark here, and here. So what I will probably do down the road is I'll probably take an airbrush and go over this lightly with kind of a base coat of paint to kind of lighten these colors up a little bit, especially here. In the movie, as far as I can tell, this is barely visible. So, I might want to just do real quick strokes over that just to kind of lighten it up enough so that you can still see that, hey, there's this orange color back here, and there's these little blast markers, and I can even kind of airbrush these up a little bit to get some really, really fine detail to make it look like there's been some carbon scoring and burn marking and things like that. More so than here, you can kind of tell a little bit right in here where it's kind of like they've done that, but not so much. So I want to make this a lot more evident because we've got holes there, we've got a hole there, we've got a hole there, we got little tiny holes back here. There's holes here. So this thing's been shot to Kingdom Come, and so we've got that to do. So just a lot of stuff to think about. I think in some respects my mind is getting ahead of me because I'm so excited to get started, to really dive into this project. And right now it's kind of like this is all there is. I want there to be so much more. So we'll actually with the next 5, 6, 7, and 8, I think we actually get the cockpit section done, and then I don't know, but I don't really. I've been looking to see if there are issue guides online, and I haven't really found any. So I don't know. I don't know what's in store. But that's it. That's going to be it for now. Like I said, I'll come back. I'm going to clean some of this stuff up. I'm going to get this set back in here properly, and then get it glued down so that it looks good. Right. But thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like and share button. I actually like to watch other people's build videos. So if we can share videos and suggestions throughout the community, I think that would be a great idea. And then, if you're building a kit yourself and you want to see what I'm doing, please subscribe. That way you'll get updates weekly, bi-weekly, however often I'm doing them. And I'll try to do a lot of build videos, as I'm painting and things like that. I might do some time lapses and things like that as well. So yeah, I feel like I've gotten a little bit more done, and we'll see you back in, I guess, the next episode, which should be issue 3. So I'm BradM73. We will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.